bad. It's really bad, guys. The CIA has found me because I forgot to browse in incognito mode and delete my history. Oh fuck. So now they found me. I've had to change my identity. I've taken up the identity of my slain opponent, the Demo. We had to raid his fucking grave for the Brewskis, boys. For the Brewskis. He would have. We're late because the CIA has been attacking me, and we're completely fucking filled it. Because we just had to download the Eliot Roger manifesto, and now I'm paying the price for being a fucking fag and going after that. Rudy Ranch hype! Rudy dollar going straight to the moon. All you investors in Rudy Schizo coin, well, you have no choice but to invest now. It's amazing. You got a beer there? Well, I got a bunch. We had to raid the tomb of the Demo. He was dishonorable, so he lost all those accolades he fucking gained anyway. But we're not here for that. We're here for another incel fucking happa on the internet. Buy your own drinks this time? Yeah, I did. Fuck, that was funny. Well, me and my friends, we give each other shit for that all the fucking time. So, yeah, whatever. It was kind of funny. Anyway, so, on our last episode of the Incel Diaries, Eliot Roger has given the world one final chance to accept him as the alpha Chad that he is. He's so generous to the world, even after all the shit that's happened to him, he's still gonna press on. But these are really the final days, before he realized what his fucking destiny is. Rudy is known to young his roommates' beers now. Yeah. We steal from each other all the fucking time. And that wasn't my roommate, that was like his friend or whatever. Whatever. I shouldn't have been streaming that day. I should have been with the boys. A petty thief. Yeah. Well, he fucking Jewed me anyway. Whatever. Yeah. I'm known to be a yonker, so. He steals his friend's beer. Well, fuck off. My roommate stole my weed the other day. So it all evens out. It's all karma. Anyway. Here we go. We last left off at 2013. Weekends have always been the worst for me here. Other young people look forward to the weekends because they get to party with all their friends and have sex with their girlfriends. I don't have any friends to party with, nor girlfriends to have sex with. On weekends, I go sit alone in my room suffering from the knowledge that everyone else is out there having fun. I always dread the weekends because of this. The worst part is here that in Isla Vista, I have to listen to them all partying. I can hear the parties full of guys and girls shouting and having a good time. I'm just gonna close Discord. Whoops. I think we leaked the messages. Oops. And I just want to know, I just know that some of those guys will be having sex with hot girls on that very night, while I have to sleep all alone and unwanted. How dare they? How dare they have so much fun while I suffer? They think they're all better than me. They never invite me to join in on their fun. They deem me unworthy of it. I hate them all so much. Having to watch good-looking couples walking around in Isla Vista is the worst experience in the world. I have seen them everywhere. Horrible, tall, jocks walking around with their hot, blonde girlfriends. I feel like such a mouse when I see this. They make me feel so inferior. They get to live heavenly, pleasure-filled lives, while I have to watch them with envy. Those girls would never go for me. They would only treat me like scum. I feel like I'm at the bottom of the food chain. It's the worst feeling in the world. There's nothing I can do about it. This is all so hopeless. I feel so trapped, with no way out. I'm in tears right now. Guys, I'd like to apologize here. I think I've accidentally found the diary of the Demo. This kid really needs a beer or a joint. He drunk himself, like, every time he drink, he'd just get fucking shit-faced and throw up in the bathroom, and he never smoked or did any drugs, besides the pharmaceuticals that his parents gave him when he was a little child. That might have been what caused it, who knows? Yeah, I think it's always detrimental to more shocked at the petty theft taking place at the Rudy Ranch. The Rudy Ranch is destined to failure because there is so much petty infighting. We can't even trust each other to leave our beers in the fridge. It's over. It's over. Fuck. Rudy, will you ever release the Rudy journals? Yeah, buddy, you're reading them right now, actually. Having to watch good-looking couples walk around in Isla Vista is the worst experience in the world. I see them everywhere. Horrible, tall. Oh yeah, we've already read this. So here, what the F, Rudy? I drove to Arizona again. I know it sounds crazy, but I just had to do it. I was feeling so hopeless and desperate. I need something to live for. I need hope. A few days ago, I checked the Powerball and saw again that the jackpot had risen high again. So I immediately got in my car and made the long drive to get a ticket, fueled by my burning desire for a better life. I made the journey there and back in the span of one day. This time I bought a ticket that lasts for many consecutive drawings so far. So he's learning now. He's planning ahead so he doesn't have to drive to fucking Arizona every time there's a Powerball now. Smoking weed and drinking beer is degenerate. You shouldn't do those things. Yeah, I totally agree, but none of us are perfect, especially old Rudy. Don't share your weed. You shouldn't share your weed with Rudy Coleman either, because he'll just loaf on you, buddy. So far I haven't won yet, but I'm hoping this ticket will be the one. Yeah, this time it'll work. I need this. I just couldn't go on anymore without the hope. To be wealthy is the only way I can live a satisfying life, and I must become wealthy now. I keep fantasizing about being wealthy, the kinds of things I will do, the pleasures I will have. I picture a whole life for myself once I am wealthy. Girls will finally see me as a worthy boyfriend. I will be able to attract the girl of my dreams. I just know it. I need to win this lottery. How else would I get rich? I need this. I need money to make money. Yeah, the only way to make money is to get lucky and play the lottery. I only watch Rudy's streams to make sure he's stealing from his roommates. Well, I mean, we're fucking locked down here in the Rudy Coleman Cope archive, so there can be no T3 for now, at least. Ooh, yeah, Rudy Teeth stream. We're gonna go in my fucking. We're gonna go to my roommates, or my roommate, and steal all this shit, bro. How else would I get rich? I need to. If there is any justice in this world, I will win. I desire it more than anything else. Being a person of wealth, a POW, is what I am meant to be. Having a great wealth and a luxurious life would provide for me forever. It is the only way to make up for the lonely, miserable life I've been forced to suffer. It's the only way I will ever be satisfied. There is no way for me to become wealthy, that I don't want to live in this world anymore. I refuse to remain at the bottom of the social ladder. Rising to wealth will also be the perfect way to have revenge on anyone who has insulted and rejected me, because I will be rising above them all. I can look down upon them from just like they did to me. I can be satisfied with that. To be satisfied with my life. What I long for. Once I am satisfied with my life, I will finally be at peace, and I can enjoy things to the fullest. He will dab on all the people who have friends and who have children and successful, fulfilling jobs because he has a $60,000 Rolex and drives a Lambo. Amazing. Smoking weed and drinking beer. Oh no. Chan, call the police on Rudy. Well, it's too bad, buddy, because I'm browsing in incognito mode, and I've already changed my identity to that of the demo, so there's no way you can possibly catch old Rudy now. I've got fucking NordVPN, bro. I've got NordVPN, dude. What the fuck are you gonna do about that? That is not what I long for. Like they did when I was a child with nothing to worry about. Oh, how I miss those days. I haven't been happy for a long time. and it has caused me to die a little inside. When I think about a time far into my past when I actually was happy and fulfilled with longing, I want my life back. Again, this is like an incel, this is like a common thing incels do, fantasizing about their childhood when they had no fucking responsibilities. I went to Starbucks earlier, and while I was there, I saw a blonde girl who was so beautiful I just had to leave and sulked to myself. The feelings of desire were too strong to handle. I couldn't believe how such a beautiful girl existed. They had been, she had cascading blonde hair, a tall, thin, sexy body, and smooth tan skin. She was wearing short shorts that revealed her perfect long legs. Her face was so beautiful that I just wanted to die. This is the kind of girl who should be my girlfriend. I don't want to think about the kinds of guys who have had the heavenly opportunity to make love with her. Well, maybe she's a Chad virgin, bro. Maybe she's a Catholic like Volcel. You don't know that, Eliot. How can you possibly know that? Well, I mean, it is America, so of course that's not true. Eliot, gotta give Eliot the benefit of the doubt there. Just thinking about that will fill me with anguish. Hell, just by looking at such a blonde fills me with anguish. I feel unworthy of her, and it's true. At the moment, as I am right now, I am invisible to her. She would deem me unworthy to speak to her. But if I become wealthy, I may have a chance. I'll finally be worthy. Wealth is the only way. It is such a life and death struggle. Yeah, like he's gonna be sitting in Starbucks with his fucking like Gucci like full like vest and the keys to his Lambo just sitting on the table, and then he's just gonna like walk up to women and say, "Hey, bitch, want to take a ride in my car?" Well, I mean that might actually work. Rudy is now Canadian Japanese. Oya, Diamond-san. I actually plan to talk about Japanese history like the Daimon never could. I am educated. I've listened to podcasts and shit. I could make that work like he could. The Supreme Gentleman writes very well. Yeah, I know, right? You can really. There's a story he tells about like getting a bunch of like orange soda and putting it in a super soaker and attacking a bunch of chads, and that's like really well written, and you can really like feel the emotion, and like the scene is described perfectly. Like he's a fucking idiot if he honestly believes no one would enjoy his writings because we clearly did. Like his fiction could have been like something that might have been enjoyed, but he had no fucking faith in himself, and that's really depressing. It seems like Happas be always beating down on themselves unnecessarily and yeeting themselves out of existence. It seems to be a trend. I wish I could ride in Elliot's car. Yeah, like people would literally like break up with their girlfriends to have a fucking BMW. You know what I mean? Like it's all about perspective. I am still here. I am still languishing in this bleak little room of mine. Yeah, he's like in a first world country. He doesn't have to work, has everything paid for him. But like, this town of Isla Vista with nothing to live for. I am still an unwanted virgin who is deemed as worthless by the female gender. I am still in the same damnable place. I drove to Arizona 2 more times last month to buy Powerball tickets. That makes a total of 4 desperate trips to Arizona in an attempt to become a millionaire. That is insane, but I had to. Drastic circumstances require drastic measures. Becoming a millionaire is the only way out of this lonely life of celibacy, and winning the lottery is the only way I can become a millionaire at my age. It was my only hope, and that hope is now gone, has once gone, been shattered to pieces. Has once again been shattered to pieces. Oh, golly gee, go, fuck. That was funny. I should have to make one trip, but that trip should have been the one where I bought the winning ticket, but the ticket didn't win. I kept losing and losing, so I kept going back. I have been losing at everything in my life. Winning this would have made up for it. Everything. It would have made up for everything. But then I didn't win. The Powerball lottery is coming to California soon, so I no longer have to drive to Arizona for it. So you see, Elliot, things are finally looking up for you. You're finally getting a tangible W. You no longer have to drive a day to Arizona to play the lottery. Now you can just walk to the corner store. So I no longer have to drive to Arizona for it. But does that even matter anymore? I'm never going to win, am I? For the last year, I have tricked myself countless times into believing I would win, just so I could have a sense of hope, the sense of knowing that there is a possible way out of my misery and failure. Enough is enough. I can't write anymore. I can't waste any more time and energy. There is no way out. It is a painful and torturous fact that I must accept humanity has condemned me to suffer this loneliness and misery forever. Knowing this, the only thing I can do now is strike back. Revenge is all I have to live for. So yeah, he's taken that first mental step. He's now written it down. He's now crossed that barrier in his mind that the only way out of this life, if he can't win the lottery again, because I think he plays it till the end pretty much, is to enact his retribution. See what chat's saying? Rigged lottery, riggers based. Yeah, you got your Jewish lottery. There's no prizes whatsoever. You Powerball. No one ever wins. No one ever gets any $5. No nothing. It's a Jewish lottery. You got Jude Eliot. I wish maybe his dad could have told him that it was rigged. So he blames humanity. That is true schizophrenia and psychopathy. Yeah, it's surprising that like these people who are like Eliot was no doubt a narcissist, like someone else we know. And they will blame the entire world for their personal failings. It seems to be a trait in fucking people who are really narcissistic and full of themselves, eh? This is so unfair that I have to suffer this virginity every single second, every single day, while other guys at my age get to have sex with girls. For so long, I've believed that I can be a millionaire in order to attract the girls I desire. And it's true. Obviously, because no girls are going for me right now. But why? Why must it be this way? Why can't girls see the worth in me as a person? I deeply envy and hate all those guys who are able to attract girls with ease, without having to buy them. They should all be punished for being able to live such pleasurable lives, while I suffer. But do you know who deserves to be punished even more? The girls themselves. It's the girls' fault. They choose to be with other boys instead of me. I am a magnificent gentleman. I deserve their love, but they deny it to me. That is a crime, and it must be punished. I am a virgin because girls deny me sex. They treat me like scum. They think I'm not good enough. How dare they? I will punish them. Oh shit. Oh, I guess that's a little too hot for even Eliot to handle. So some of the Fed post has been redacted here. Oh shit, he was just getting into talking about fucking murdering the Stacys. He's finally made that decision in his mind that is his destiny. So yeah, he did say in My Twisted World that some of like the diary was destroyed. So like he probably really gets into like his fantasies about how the world should work. So we'll probably get into that soon. Every time couples every single couple I see fills me with rage. I cannot go out with seeing a young couple walking arm in arm together. I hate all women for denying me such an experience. No girl wants to be my girlfriend. I can't go on living this way. There is no way to live. I realized this long ago. I tried to find solace by hoping I could become wealthy enough to attract girls, but now it seems as if that's impossible. I will not spend my life suffering alone as a lonely virgin while other men get to enjoy the pleasures of sex and love. No, no, no. I have been insulted and rejected too many times, and I have sure then all I have the process of revenge make humanity suffer. That everyone has all caused me. I will make them all suffer for denying me sex. I will have vengeance, blah, blah, blah. So that's all gobbledygook there. But I was able to fill in some of the blanks. Perhaps understanding how Happas function and their psyche has helped me tap into the mind of one, perhaps. Or maybe it was in me all along. Who knows? That was based. Oh, based, Eliot. Yeah, fuck, man. Damn, there's like an incel term called going ER. And that's, that was like, they say that, and that's what the van attack killer said on incels.is. So he really had an influence on these people. He really is the patron saint of the incels. They do look up to him. Rudy, will you go out and chuck Starbucks on people reading this? Hell yeah, buddy, hell yeah. I'll fucking walk up to a homeless person and kick the cup out of his fucking hands and take all that change for myself, buddy. We'll do our IRL stream. We'll be doing everything Eliot did. So we will get a super soaker and spray people with the orange soda. Okay. Yesterday I met up with Philip and Addison. I haven't seen them for over a year. It was nice to catch up with them and actually do something social for a change. The loneliness I experience in Santa Barbara is so stifling, which is why I've been visiting home a lot lately. I went to Philip's house to meet up with them. Going at that place always brings back memories of my childhood. Philip has been my friend since elementary school, and I've played at his house a lot as a kid. When I entered his house, I took a moment. Oh God, this is the other side of that. To walk around the premises, I said hello to Philip's mother, Kathy, who complimented my looks, saying that I looked handsome. This made me feel a bit better about myself. So, like, his friend's mom says, "Oh, aren't you just the most handsome little prince there is?" And that boosted his ego. There you go. Well, Elliot, you got some positive female attention there. Google isn't as based as Eliot. Yeah, buddy, he's not. Yeah, the ogre uprising is never gonna happen. The day of ogre retribution is not gonna happen. I don't know. I think Gahul's content though with being a virgin. You see what Gahul did was he took that rage and instead of like directing it to the world, he directed it onto like TV channel or whatever. Like, is he a mod on like 4chan's TV board, or is that like its own website? I don't know. But he actually did something with his passions and like his creativity, like unlike Elliot. So Gahul's completely content with being an ogre, like balding, like fat retard, because it's just who he is, and he accepts that, and people like him for that. So because he actually has charisma, he's willing to put himself out there. Oof, lol. Anyway, I went to Philip's house to meet them. Oh yeah. I had to all the couples walking, the three of us sat in my car. Blah, blah, blah. So, oh my god, another ripped page. Cool. Gives himself Indian burns instead of acting out. Oh my god, does he actually? Fuck. Uh, Monica to have dinner at a restaurant we called the Boa Steakhouse. When we drove through Santa Monica, I became increasingly enraged at all the hot young couples I saw walking through the streets. I tried to hide my rage from Philip and Addison. And by the way, Philip and Addison are the guys who fucking made fun of Elliot for being a retarded virgin. And now he's on like the edge of committing the fucking massacre. And he's hanging out with these two douchebags who fucking grill him for being a retard. Elliot had nice shades and drove a nice car. There were like girls lining up to fuck him after he died and being, yeah, he's hot. He had a nice car. He was rich. Whatever. I'd fuck him. I'd hang out with the guy. Uh, yeah. Didn't the van attack guy say that like he spoke with Elliot and he wished he could meet up with him and bask in his greatness, the supreme gentleman? That's something he actually said, bro. Uh, would you write a base diary also? Yeah. The Chan Files. These men are living a life walking the streets of Santa Monica with their hot blonde girlfriends. I wanted to kill them, and I could if I would. I wanted to run over them with the SUV. That would be so sweet to get revenge in such a fashion. Perhaps I will one day. Uh, if it may come to that, they deserve it all to die a horrible death, especially the girls. Those girls chose those guys instead of me. Wow, Elliot, kind of getting a sense of deja vu here with your writings, man. Maybe his stories wouldn't have been so good. It might have been a lot of ramblings and repeating himself. But this is raw passion. This is raw passion. I expected Elliot to be hoarding weapons like samurai swords, etc. In my twisted world, he does mention destroying his computer with a training sword. But that's about it. He had like knives. He had like two guns. That's about it. He really didn't have any interests outside of just like walking around and being depressed about himself. Like he really should have got back into World of Warcraft because at least it's something he can do. You can grind towards something at least. You will never speak with Elliot. Yeah, what a fucking shame. Well, he's burning in hell now with Elliot, so he got his wish eventually. I deserve their sex, love, their adoration, their sex, and yet they deny it to me. They adore the obnoxious jocks, and they treat me like I'm an invisible little mouse. They starve me of sex. They starve me of a joyful life. They literally denied me my youth. Yeah, as if those are like the defining moments of your youth, not hanging out with your boys, by the train tracks, throwing bottles down the overpass, down at moving cars. No, it was like the one time you fucking stuck your dick in a girl and came. That was like the defining moment of your youth. Amazing. He's in heaven, of course he is. Uh, I'm sure he repented just before Eliot killed himself. I'm sure he repented. He recited the entire New Testament there, and he was immediately sent to heaven as the patron saint. I turned 22 in a few months. I've had to suffer this virginity for too long. I'm getting old now. I'm getting old now. I have spoken like a true faggot. Midlife crisis at 25. I've lived a wasted, unsatisfying life. It's all women's fault. It's only if they were attracted to me, the life I could have had. That life never existed. It's too late now. I will never be able to look back on my past and feel satisfied about the happy memories I've had. There are no happy memories, at least not in the last 8 years. Ever since I hit puberty, women have tortured me by denying me sex. The things I can do now against all the ones who've deprived me a happy life will be the only way I can prove my worth to the world. Yeah, amazing. It takes a lot of talent to fucking run over cyclists in your SUV. Okay, here, base take from Eliot. His experience with women has given him the authority to speak on them, their mannerisms, and how they think completely. And we're about to see Eliot. Women are flawed. There is something extremely wrong with the way their brains are wired. Women are creatures who are incapable of thinking rationally. They are incapable of reason. They are completely controlled by their vile emotion and sexual impulses. They think like beasts. They are beasts. That's why they're sexually attracted to beast-like men, rather than supreme, intelligent gentlemen like myself. Well, Eliot's halfway here to a realization. Yes, humans are beasts. And naturally, our instincts tell us to seek out the most, likely candidates, the most fertile women, and the most, worthy men of carrying on the genes and continuing humanity. Back then in the Stone Age and the fucking, before like modern medicine, when we could save all these dysgenic people, your children would die if they weren't strong enough, if their genes weren't powerful enough. So Eliot has come to this realization, but he pivots the other way now. Amazing. How did he not figure out hot blonde girls? Basically, everyone who don't approach them. Yeah, I know, right? He thinks like these literal fucking princesses who could have like any guy they want really would fucking seek like men out. You know what I mean? Like that's so fucking retarded. Eliot was a supreme gent, not an animal. Yeah, exactly. What he's describing here, the Stacys, they're essentially if man never left the Garden of Eden and decided to remain beasts. But Eliot took the fruit of knowledge, the cursed knowledge of the incel wizard lifestyle. And he was cast out from the garden. But he realized he was more than a man, and he covered his shame because of that. Rudy has those Chad femme genes. Nah, man, I've hit the femboy wall already. It's over. They choose to mate and breed with they will continue to produce with degenerate men and produce stupid degenerate offspring. This would only hinder the advancement of the human race. The evil wickedness of women will be contained in order to ensure a decent, bright future for the generations to come. Women don't deserve any rights. They are vile, barbaric animals. They need to be treated as such. Women must be quarantined like the plague. They are so that they can no longer torture decent men like myself, so that they can be used in a manner that actually benefits a civilized society. This is the conclusion I have come to, having to endure a life of starvation, rejection, and treatment at the hands of women. They have starved me of sex and love all my life, while they tantalize me every day, walking around in their skimpy, revealing clothing. I have had enough of this injustice. They think they can torture me and get away with it. I will punish them all. So Eliot here, he's now come to the realization of complete Christian theocracy. Women should only be used for breeding and all men must be Volcel Chads. Or perhaps he is a homo nationalist and only sees women for breeding more men, more femboys for the future generations. A base take there, Eliot, when he says that women don't deserve any rights. Based Eliot. You see, it is only people who have truly suffered, that have truly gone through torturous existences, that know true pain, that can really guide humanity. They have that wisdom. They've suffered through it, so you don't have to. And this is the perfect world that Eliot imagines, where all women will be, like, kept like chattel, like brat hogs, and just be bred to produce more supreme gentlemen, because we will weed out all impure genetics. I don't get it though. I mean, his dad fucking had sex, and he's a pussy to produce Eliot. So surely Eliot could find a fucking retarded like woman to produce a supreme gentleman with. I mean, it's half Eliot, so it's like it's pretty much like a Jesus. It's half supreme gentleman. Like, is that not good enough, Eliot? Not yet, Surfer. Trust the plan. Surfer would use a BMW much more efficiently, I'm sure. Just got here. Did Eliot win the lottery? I don't know, Surfer. You take a guess. He won the genetic dead end lottery. If that's the one you're asking about. But no, I think at this point he's given up. I don't understand how women are so twisted, evil, and barbaric. I've only ever wanted to love them, but their foul behavior towards me has earned me my hatred. It is so tragic that it has come to this. I would love women if only they loved me. I wanted to have sex with them and make them feel good, but they never gave me the chance. They consider me unworthy of their love and affection. Women's rejection of me is a declaration of war. If it's war they want, then it's war I will give them. Their stupid little minds will never forget. If they won't accept me as a lover, then I'm their enemy. I will show them no mercy. They certainly didn't show me any mercy. It's only fair. Now, I remember having a discussion with my family after this had happened, and my mom, she wasn't horrified by Eliot. She was like sad by him that he felt so bad about himself that he felt that this was the only way to make people care about him. And this was really a cry for attention at the end of the day. I want the true lib data. Eliot Rodger Manifesto read by Rudy Coleman. Yes. No, this isn't his manifesto. His manifesto was his autobiography, story of his life. That's called My Twisted World. Monkey Jones read the entire thing. It's about 10 hours long. You should definitely give that a listen. It's amazing. But this is his diary that was just actually leaked a few weeks ago. And this is what he wrote before he decided to do his manifesto. Twisted Mind of Eliot Rodger. No, it's called My Twisted World. Yeah, Monkey's just as bad. Yeah, fuck, man. Monkey's kind of a fucking weirdo, too. But his contributions, just like reading the manifesto, like, I really only consumed his Eliot content. And then after that, I was like, oh, fuck it. I don't give a shit. But his reading of that was incredible. Monkey really tapped into the mind of an incel there. So anyway, we should continue. I can't go out without seeing young couples everywhere. Even going grocery shopping is a torture. I remain trapped in my room as much as I can because I hate having to show the world what a lonely virgin I am. When I went shopping at Trader Joe's the other day, I saw many guys shopping with their girlfriends. And there I was shopping alone. The world sees those guys with girlfriends as better than me because I'm all alone without anyone. My loneliness shows the world that girls think I'm worthless. I've had to suffer this for so long. Every time I go out, I am insulted by the sight of young couples walking together. I hate all women for not being attracted to me. I hate all women for depriving me of sex. I hate all women for depriving me of a happy, enjoyable youth. Are you guys noticing a trend here? Every time Eliot goes out into the world, he sees, like, couples holding hands and shit like that, and then he goes home to vent in his diary. Wow, it's almost as if there's a cycle here, Eliot, that should be broken or something. I don't know. Probably saw Gator. He probably saw Gator working at the grocery store, and he was so envious of him. How could such a degenerate like that attract a hot Latino fucking blonde girlfriend? It's so insulting. Gator tabs on Eliot. Diaries are gay. At least write your crazy diary on a computer, bud. Uh, yeah, fuck. I don't know how this got leaked. Really, like I don't. This is so confusing. I hate all women for not being attracted to me. I hate all women for depriving me of sex. Oh, we already read this. My whole youth is miserable loneliness, and it's all women's fault. They starved me of love and sex. They give it to other guys, but not me. Excuse me. I don't know why women are so repulsed by me. I've done nothing wrong in my life. I am a magnificent supreme gentleman. I am Eliot Roger. If I cannot have women, then I will destroy them. It's the only option for me now. I'm not going to just sit by and suffer this bleak loneliness while other males get to enjoy the beautiful women, just because beautiful women consider me unworthy of it. I am worthy. How dare they consider me otherwise? I am powerful. I will destroy them all, and in doing so, I will show them my true worth. My name is Eliot Roger, but that's not important. What is important is the Joker mode I'm about to enact on all women and kickstart the fucking gamer revolution. Alright. Saint Eliot Roger gains the. Shannon Gaines actually wrote this. Ooh, that's some deep lore. When I go outside, I go out of my way not to look at people, and I hate when people look at me fucking creeps. Damn, you're spurging out there, bud. No, I get that. I don't know. Nah, I don't know. I straight up look at people in the face when I walk past them. It freaks them out. Rudy knows your thoughts, buddy. Uh, for a very long time, I fantasized about enacting revenge on women. For all my enemies in the most devastating way possible. I have envisioned scenarios of how sweet and just it would be to kill every single young couple in my college, or Isla Vista. I knew that I would have to plan something like this if I no longer have any hope for a happy life, if society continues to treat me like scum, if women continue to reject me, I would have no choice but to enact exact revenge. I gave everyone a chance after chance to redeem themselves in my eyes. Wow, buddy. Yeah, I gave you a chance to improve your reputation, uh, according to me. Amazing. You know, he gave people that chance. You can't deny him that he was fair about this. The world has only continued to be cruel to me. If I can't join them, I will rise above them. And if I can't rise above them, then I will destroy them. My hope for that is that I could join them was shattered after I experienced all that rejection and ostracization. During the first year in Santa Barbara, my hope was that I could rise above them. Was shattered after I realized that there was no way I could become wealthy at a young age. The only thing I can do now is destroy them. It's all I have to live for now. I want to destroy them all. That day will commit this glorious. That day I will commit this glorious act will be called the Day of Retribution. I came up with this name a couple of years ago when I first started fantasizing about it. Yeah, this is his magnum opus. You know, I'm surprised he really didn't take any like incel advice. Like he didn't even try and like jester max like a single time. He didn't try and like gym. He tried to gym max, but he fucked it up. He didn't try and like degen max or fucking anything. There's no max. He tried the lotto max. That's about it. That's his only grift. It's really fucking depressing that that was the only way out of his fucking misery. He said the incels were pussies for not going out there and shooting up people, but the incels at least try to like improve their fucking lives somehow. I stare people down in public, but the PULAs tell me that's bad practice. Yo, man, I can tell just by looking at the girl you're talking to that her pussy's only like about like 2% moist there, buddy. You can tell by the way the girl angles her vagina at you. I've actually seen like those PULA things where they like they like examine like the woman's like fucking hip direction, like her vagina's facing the man. That means like she's fucking like that she's sexually attracted to him. And like, oh no, the man's like leaning into her. This shows like he's emotionally needy. It's fucking amazing. Should have just started dealing coke. Chicks would have flocked to him. Yeah, I know, right? Like fuck, man. He's so retarded. He could have just like straight up bought like a brick of coke, gone to these parties and just blessed people up. Like what the fuck? You know what I mean? He's spending like 5 grand on lottery tickets. But I said in the last episode, like, if he just went to these parties with like a fucking bottle of like Grey Goose, they'd fucking let him in and he'd be the man, you know what I mean? Like, shit, he's so fucking stupid. I will exact my perfect and beautiful revenge on all my enemies, and all the popular kids for looking down on me and never accepting me, all those obnoxious, undeserving men who get to enjoy pleasurable sex lives with girls, and especially on all the girls themselves for rejecting me, starving me of love and sex, and denying me a pleasurable youth. All the suffering they have caused me, I will return to them once. I will return to them 1,000-fold. Hoorah. I have already purchased my weapons. Back in December of last year, I fully dawned on me that the possibility of having to carry out the day of retribution was very real. So I bought my first handgun, and holy shit, like the shit he buys for this, his fucking plan is like incredible. And like all these mass shooters have like their perfect fucking wet dream of a plan, and it never goes, it never fucking pans out. Like Tranny Phantom only getting like 2 schwacks in the fucking grocery store with his shotgun, like fucking like 20% accuracy, like terrible. So let's get into it. Glock 37 9mm semi-automatic pistol. Well, props to you, buddy, for not choosing the revolver. In March, I bought my second handgun, a more efficient one called the Sig Sauer P22-6. Both of them were very expensive, and the magazine clips will be even more expensive. So he's planning for like his ultimate fucking plan of retribution. He's pissed off that the guns he's buying and their magazine clips, whatever the fuck that is, I don't know what a magazine clip is, are too fucking expensive there. Still, I'll have to buy a lot of them. Thankfully, I've been saving up money over the years just in case something drastic like this would have to happen. I didn't write about this before because I was scared someone might find it and read my diary. Since the day of retribution, maybe happening soon, perhaps even this year, I figure I'll write it down now. I am now armed and it makes me feel powerful. I am meant to be powerful. I will slaughter all my enemies like the animals they are. I will be a god compared to them. Yeah, this like yeah, very narcissistic god complex that like these spree killers seem to have, as if like killing someone is like a point, you know what I mean? Like you've taken 2 lives as compared to your one, so you're up like 1 kill or whatever. That's kind of a weird way of looking at mortality there, that you're a god to this person just because you could vanquish their existence by just pulling a trigger, yeah. Uh, and I find it kind of funny here that like he bought 2 handguns, like no like high powered rifles, no body armor. Like he's not even paying attention to the type of ammunition he's buying, because that's like very important. If you ever played Escape from Tarkov, you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. He doesn't write about that at all. He just bought like 2 fucking handguns, and he said he was gonna buy a third in case like one of them jammed, because he needed 2 handguns at the go at all times. Yeah, Elliot Roger is equal to Truning out. Amazing. Randy Stair is just as bad. Oh fuck, I don't know what's worse, because like I mean, like at least some people look up to Elliot Rodger, as fucked up as it is. They kind of worship him in an ironic way because he was like this insane. But Randy Stairs is just like a shithead, and he's getting dabbed on for having very poor accuracy. That's fucking hilarious. Don't talk shit about Surfer's SKS, buddy. Yeah. I don't know. I think honestly the SKS would probably be weaker than the pistol, because you in Canada you can only load them up to like 5 bullets, and you have to load them in one at a time. I'm not endorsing any like spree killing here, but uh no, we do not endorse any SKS Fed posting. You saw an SKS, I don't know, maybe. Again, he could probably just be using that for hunting. Because the reason why SKSs are so popular is because like they're literally like the cheapest gun you can buy. They're only $300. And they work as hunting rifles. At least do your jihad pro. Okay, whatever. I'm now armed and it makes me feel I have to decide if I should attack SBCC or Isla Vista. I have been rejected and humiliated at both places, but I can't destroy them both. Once I begin my day of retribution, I only have minutes before I'm confronted by the damnable police, and then I'll have to kill myself to avoid capture. So he's he's planning out his Payday 2 style heist. He has the entire schematics of the place laid out, and like a criminal mastermind, he's planning all of his routes. That'll be the most efficient, to kill the most Stacys as possible. This is amazing. He's right up there with fucking he's right up there with the fucking Trevor and Michael from GTA 5. And Lester the child molester. Hey Chan, don't you live in Peterborough? Like you could go there and do some investigative journalism yourself and find Surfer's SKS yourself by breaking into his house. No. I Oh, to avoid capture. This is all happening so fast. I can't believe I've had to resort to this. I can't believe I'm writing this. I'm starting to feel sick with anguish right now. Why do things have to be this way? I have concluded that the day of retribution will be sometime during November this year. I haven't set a date for it yet. I have often thought about doing it in Isla Vista on Halloween, but this year, since that is a lot, since that is when a lot of parties will be happening at once, and my streets will be crowded with my enemies, but there will be too many cops on Halloween. It's too risky. So you see, Eliot, like he's such a pussy. Like he's only gonna go after like targets that can't possibly fight back. You know what I mean? Like the second the cops showed up, he just fucking dipped because he didn't even have confidence in himself to be the cops in a firefight. uh, a lot of parties. This gives me about 5 minutes to plan and prepare. 5 months can be a long time, but if I make use of it, I'm thinking about buying a third handgun just in case my other two get jammed. Like, he doesn't even know how to, like, clear the malfunction on his handgun. Like, what the fuck? So he has to buy, like, a third one, too. And, like, you know, like, fuck. Are Glocks, like, very, like, reliable? Like, he's not gonna spend, like, more money to buy, like, a more reliable gun? You know, perhaps a revolver would be necessary because they don't jam. I live in Peterborough, but you'll never know exactly where. Well, fuck. If I don't know, we don't need to know that, buddy. It's all good. Don't worry. I will destroy Isla Vista and every single person in it. My choice has been made. The day of retribution will have to occur in Isla Vista on Friday or Saturday night. SBCC was a good choice. There are lots of young couples walking around there, but Isla Vista has more. The goal is to kill popular, attractive people in Isla Vista, and Isla Vista is always flooded with them on weekend nights. Yes, I will kill all those popular, attractive, good-looking people I envy so much. They all think they are better than me. They think I'm unworthy of being one of them. On the day of retribution, we shall see who is better. I will show them all that Eliot Roger and am the superior one. All of those beautiful girls who laughed at me and rejected me, they will all be running in fear as I slay them left and right. Yeah, he knocked on the sorority door and just gave up. He politely asked the Stacys to let him in, and he's like, "Oh God, my plan's already failing." So instead of like breaking a window or shooting a lock, he just like murdered like two bitches outside of the fucking thing. Yeah, but Chad, the Rudy Ranch is gonna fucking come for you, buddy. I'm gonna go down to Peterborough and fucking A-log until I find you. I'll sleep on Surface couch. I'll do whatever it takes to fucking find you, buddy. Yeah, you crossed the Rudy Ranch, you fucking shithead. Your days are numbered. You fucking insulted the Supreme Gentleman. You fuck. Wait. I have been doing a lot of thinking about how my life is turning out lately. It's hard to believe that it has to resort to this. The world has given me no choice. Shooting a lock wouldn't have done anything. He used a breaching shotgun and breach would have blown out the hinges. Yeah, like he's so unprepared. He got cocked by a fucking lock. He got cocked by a key, buddy. I didn't even get cocked by keys or locks. I felt them myself. But yeah, like he could have. He didn't even have a plan for that. If the fucking front door was locked, it should have. His third gun should have been like something he could have used for that. But again, this was all a fantasy to him. This is all like his elaborate, like fucking masturbatory fantasy. He didn't prepare for that because in his head, when he was masturbating about like doing this, that didn't occur because it would be perfect to him. How could it not be? He's the supreme gentleman. He got chucked off a balcony or something. He doesn't write about that in the diary, I don't think. Even though, like, I'm pretty sure that did happen. But we don't know because Eliot's an unreliable narrator. We don't know if the orange juice thing happened with the super soaker. We don't know if him chucking the fucking latte at the bitch in their fucking, like, Corvette or whatever actually happened. We don't fucking know. He should have stayed overnight in the girls' locker room and waited for the gym. You see, he's such a hack. Like, he couldn't even think of like a funny thing to do for his like day of retribution. You know, like fuck. Probably was an open window just around the back. But he was such a pussy because he's like, oh god, I have handguns on me, and if the police like just like walk up to me and say, hey sir, can I talk to you for a minute? You know, it would be over. So he's like, oh fuck it, I've already mentally committed to this. I'm not gonna like go back and like plan. No, because he already killed his roommates or some. He like stabbed his like roommates to death who were just fucking incels like he was. Yeah, so he's like, oh god, like fuck. He planned to use his apartment for like a torture room to like lure people into the apartment, which is so funny because like never in his life has he like ever like reached out to someone to talk to them. But you know, he's gonna have the personal skills to like lure someone into his room somehow, and that's not gonna be like creepy as fuck. You know what I mean? So like, no, he shot the two Asians. No, I'm pretty sure he stabbed them to death. Uh, I'm pretty sure because like if he's in like a residential, because he wanted to secure the apartment for like a torture chamber. So like if he shot them, like people would report the gunshot. You know, obviously Eliot would think that because he's a pussy. The half a rage. Yeah, he's going on a ham page. Yeah, he stabbed the agents. Yeah, he stabbed them like 98 times or some shit. Like, oh fuck, buddy, man. That's like, did they really deserve that? Did they really fucking deserve to be like a closed casket funeral? Like, fuck, man. Uh, since the age of 14, that's 8 years of sexual starvation, 8 years of torture. Girls have never shown any attraction towards me. They starved me of love and sex. Not one girl in the whole world has ever wanted to be my girlfriend. Don't you see how unfair this is? The entire female gender must have something mentally wrong with them. To be so evil and cruel to me by starving me of love and sex while they eagerly give it to other men. I deserve it too, in their barbaric stupidity. Women don't see the worth in me. They are all mentally ill. They must be punished, and I will be the one to punish them. If I were a dictator with absolute power, yeah, like the greatest power fantasy of all, like total subordination from all your fucking peoples and like supreme authority, yeah. Oh, I mean, just going all out with his perfect world. I would take great pleasure and satisfaction in imprisoning every single female on earth and condemn them to starve to death. I would have a tower built for myself where I can oversee the mega concentration camp, and gleefully watch them starve to death. A few women would be spared for the sake of reproduction, of course, but they would be strictly quarantined in secret labs. This is the only way to make the world fair, to eliminate the very thing that makes it unfair. If I can't have sex, no one will. Sex is unfair because some men get to enjoy it while other men are starved of it. Like, he's so fucking stupid. Like he seriously didn't know that like homosexuality is like a fucking thing, and that like men still like even disregarding that, like men still fucking compete amongst each other, and there'll still be like a fucking hierarchy. He's so fucking stupid. I was kidding. Surfer doesn't even have a driver's license. Ah! No, I mean, I made the SKS meme up. That was fucking hilarious. Uh, I don't even have a license either, Surfer, so I don't know. That's because I live in a city and I have a fucking bike. I ride bike. I can go anywhere. I ride bike. That's how I stay so lean. Femboy pro tip. Yeah, buddy. Uh, if I can't have them, I will destroy them. Of course, I realized long ago that the possibility of me ever rising to that level of power in my lifetime is very, very slim. If only he won the lottery, he could have been dictator of America, right? Or he could have made his own Coach Red Pill ethno state somewhere in America. He could have done that. Wow. Uh, Knowing this, I would have to just make do with swift and devastating act of vengeance, the day of retribution. On that day, I will shake the very foundations of the world with the power of my burning hatred. I'm sure there are some fucked up women who would join your ranch, Eliot, and be like breeding Hugh cows. You know, that's a thing that people are actually into. So you can make it work. So self-obsessed. Bike hurts my back. I have to walk. I get fucked. Should have pulled the money and started a commune. Yeah, exactly, buddy. People, if you're an eccentric fucking weirdo like that, like a Jim Jones type person, and you just kind of do that, if he released this to the world and he just never acted on it and said, no, fucking, I'm just gonna make my own fucking, ranch or whatever, and people might actually flock to that. Fuck. After all, my most recent revelations, but he really had to do this. It was so tantamount to the existence of humanity that Eliot enact the Day of Retribution and start the Beta Uprising. It essentially is the second coming of Jesus. The calendar should start over after Eliot. We are, yeah, it's 2014, so we're we're a few years after Eliot. Roger Compound. Riding a bike, winter sounds tough. No, I have a bike with massive fucking tires, so I can ride through any snow, any thickness of snow. They're called fat bikes. They're tons of fun. After all my, uh, I finally reached this culmination. It feels very overwhelming and anxious. My life started out so bright and blissful. How could it? How could it all have come to this? The cruelty of the world made me the way I am. I have no choice but to go down the dark path. There is no other way. I'm going to be 22 soon. It's too late for me now. I feel so trapped and lost. I want a way out. I wish there was a way out. Yesterday I went on a walk through the center of Isla Vista. During the daytime, since it's summer now, the town is more relaxed. I saw since it's summer now, the town, the college fucking party town is more relaxed during the summertime. I saw many young people walking around in groups, enjoying their happy lives. I saw guys enjoying the company of attractive girls, sitting outside the cafes and bars, talking and laughing with each other. I saw people living the life I've always wanted, but missed out on. It's all their fault, because they would never accept me. Among them, they think I'm weird and unworthy. It's why I have to get revenge on them. Why do they get to live such pleasurable lives, all while I have to suffer? Why don't they accept me? Why won't girls just give me a chance to show my worth? Why does it have to be this way? I didn't want it to turn out this way. I don't want to have to resort to such brutal, violent conflict, but they give me no choice. You see, if only the popular kids accepted me among them, if the girls were attracted to me, then none of this would have to happen. I wouldn't even consider the day of retribution. Just one pretty girl showed a hint of attraction towards me. It's all so sad and tragic. I really, 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 really wish there was a way out. I get the feeling that even he wasn't even born in America. No, he was born in England. Yeah, there's a beta among us. There's a Chad among us, chat. We gotta suss him out. I think even if Elliot did get a fucking wife, she wouldn't have been hot enough. You know, she could have been a fucking 10 out of 10 to any of us, but to him, she only would have been a 6. And then he would have murdered her to get insurance money or some shit because his lottery, ran out. He would have blown through that Powerball money in a fucking couple of years because he's an idiot. And then he would have had to have done something else. And then we would have gotten a Jim Can't Swim Elliot video. I can see why no one accepted him. Yeah, because again, he really thinks that oh, because he thinks the positivity he apparently gives out to the world should be returned to him one to one. You know what I mean? It's so fucking stupid. He's not a good person just because he is. It's because he'll get shit in return. And that's why you're friends with people, so that they'll bless you up beer. That's why you have friends, so you can steal fucking beer from them. Am I right, chat? Sorry, finding a place again. Whatever. We can just kind of skip that. Today I celebrate Father's Day with my family at the Four Seasons in Westlake Village. There was an exquisite buffet set, and I took pleasure in eating as much luxury food. Yeah, the luxury food at the country kitchen buffet at the fucking Best Western, the Four Seasons. Like, what? You're going to like a fucking hotel restaurant for Father's Day? It's kind of weird. I guess the old Rogers estate has lost a shit ton of money now because his dad invested all of his money in that fucking shitty art film that went nowhere. Uh, the food is so delicious. I filled my plate 3 times and devoured it all, washing it down with a glass of Chardonnay. Expenses like this make me realize that there are so many good things in this world to be enjoyed. I could truly enjoy life on this world if only my circumstances were happier. Yeah, so he's a hedonist. You know what I mean? It's like he's only happy when he's like consuming a shit ton of food and drinking expensive stuff. So like he never would have been like really satisfied with just like one woman. You know what I mean? Should have invested in NTFs. This is so ancient, honestly. This predates Gamergate. This predates the fucking internet dark ages of Gamergate. Like fuck, this is like during crypto actually. Yeah, fuck. He could have made it big, man. If only he like fucking. Apparently, he's an intelligent supreme gentleman, but he never fucking considered gambling in crypto coin. Eliot should have gone to bloat max. Well, yeah, fuck, man. He was on his way. He was halfway to realizing that he should have eaten 3 plates of food, but he just saw it as like a fucking gluttonous, like hedonistic thing. Uh, the only girls were attracted to me, so I can feel a sense of self worth. Perhaps I should give the world another chance. I still have many months left. I don't want it to have to resort to violence, the final retribution. I want a happy life. So Eliot's fine. He's so merciful. So Saint Eliot is so merciful. He's willing to give the world one last chance to notice him. And let's see what happens. Ah! Oh no, Eliot! What happened? Tell us about it. Vent to us about it, Eliot. I sit here in defeat. I'm fuming with rage. My leg is broken. Oh yeah, so here we go. This is the time. So yeah, he said he was gonna give the world one last chance, and he did. And let's see how he went about like showing the world what a nice, like a sociable person he is. Here we go. He did blow Max, and he renamed himself the Demo. Oh, that's some deep lore right there. And he's still a bitch. He like the demo pretty much repeated all the same like mistakes as Eliot did. He thought he was hot shit even though he was a fucking loser, and he thought that people should like bow down to him and suck the gunt crease of the demo, just like they should suck the gunt crease, the micro penis of the supreme gentleman. Very, very astuteful. This predates the demo. Yeah, it's fucking ancient. It probably predates his birth. He was cloned. By the Kino Archive. He was cloned by the Kino Nectar Department to serve as a little side show attraction. But like in Blade Runner, his clone like life cycle has deteriorated. So he went insane at the end. Surgery a few days ago. Right now, I'm sitting in a hotel room in Woodland Hills, recovering from this brutal injury because my mother and sister went on vacation, and my bitch of a stepmother won't let me stay at father's house. Oh well, I always like staying in hotels anyway. I have been defeated. I've been defeated. It all happened so fast. It was all so desperate. I was so desperate to meet girls, so desperate to lose my virginity, that I walked into a party in Isla Vista while drunk. I was wearing my best clothes and my golden necklace. So Eliot has now equipped Drip +4, and he's taken a shot of vodka that gives him -1 intelligence and +2 charisma. So he's ready to go inside and finally get some pussy. Rudy, there is no yin without yang. Uh, no Rudy without Damo. He will return. Well, he needs me, buddy, because he reached out to me to do that fucking Christmas stream, and I said no. I'd rather review Elliot Roger and play Halo 5. You know what I mean? Like, hey, play Halo and shit like that. My content really wasn't about him, and I kind of got sidetracked focusing on him. But at the end of the day, he needed me to repair his reputation as like a fun-loving internet retard who was just here to have a laugh. He deleted everything though, exactly. Like me, he didn't even do that Christmas stream because I fucking said no to him, you know? He needed me at the end of the day, and I didn't need him. Better than anyone. It was all an act. He was a cringe. No, I honestly believe that if he got to stream with PvP and he got all this elite doxing information from the people he was collaborating with, he'd still be here. It's just because he made an ass of himself and people started laughing at him. He couldn't handle the fucking heat, so he felt it himself. That's like so pathetic that he sunsetted himself because people weren't kissing his ass in like one fucking stream. Like he had a bad week, but that's like all he had going for him was just like felting retards like Mormon Shaggy. Then I got exposed that like he was a bigger sped than like any of them were. So that's what happened with Ethan, and that's what happened with Eliot essentially too. But yeah, fuck. Let's continue. I walked into the party with my best clothes, my golden necklace, when I saw some pretty girls at the party were talking to a group of guys who looked like obnoxious slobs. He's going to this party and he immediately sees everyone in there as like an enemy, not like someone he's gonna hang out with and become boys with. I saw some look like obnoxious slobs. I became so enraged. No girls were paying attention to me. Well, because no one knows you, buddy. You're just a total stranger in this guy's house. I went up to that group of obnoxious guys, and in my drunken rage, acted cocky and arrogant to them. So he's finally trying to pretend to be a Chad. I tried to insult them as harshly as possible. And what's it called when like a beta tries to like masquerade as a Chad? I don't know, like an Omega male. Yeah. They pushed. Yeah, they attacked me. They pushed me off the 10-foot ledge we were standing on, and I fell and broke my leg. Before I fell, I tried to push as many of them off as possible, but I failed as doing so, and tried to push the girls off too. They deserve it for not paying attention to me. So, I mean, they were just, like, retaliating against you, Eliot, because you tried to fucking kill, like, a woman, so the Chads just fucking picked you up and threw your ass off the ledge. After I broke my leg, I tried to stumble my way back, but I was also attacked by another group of obnoxious guys, and they stole my gold necklace. So, no. His drip didn't work. And now that he's completely felted, he's trying to walk home. And a random encounter, he's attacked in the streets. And they were too high level. The Chads were way too high level for Eliot to handle. And he lost his golden necklace. So now his charisma is back down to fucking 0 from 2. And it's just fucking disgusting. It's just terrible. I saw the final vid. There were rare times I watched him. I don't know why he ran. But he did say people doxed him. And I think his family... No, he got doxxed before. He doxxed himself on stream. And he just quit because his hug box was violated. And I don't think he should have quit because I think people enjoyed actually watching him. So, like, I wouldn't want to take that away from anyone. But he really did just get that offended because I just wouldn't fucking stream with him. You know what I mean? Like, he worked with people who tried to fucking dox me. And, like, he couldn't handle it when it happened to fucking him. You know what I mean? I survived being exposed as a femboy with a fucking cage on my cock. But he can survive being exposed as an A-log. I don't know the lore and how he doxed himself, but it's a shame. Well, he's just doing like his 4-hour fucking live streams, and he has like a package with like his actual name on it and his address, and like, fuck that's how it happened. Rudy Ranch won. But did you survive? Are you sure about that? Well, fuck, I took a few hits on that, and I really think it was a fat L because then I kind of became like a retarded internet personality with like my own lore behind me, and that's kind of cringe as fuck. So whatever. I stay here recovering from surgery in this hotel. My leg is burning with pain. The pain in my leg is nothing compared to the agony burning in my heart. The worst part of that night wasn't breaking my leg or getting beaten up. Oh no. The girl... the worst part of that was that no girl in Isla Vista showed any concern for me, as I painfully stumbled home with a shattered leg, and a bruised face and body. If girls were attracted to me, they would have helped me. They would have offered to walk me home and take care of me. They would have offered to sleep with me. Yeah, like the pity fuck, you broke your leg. You broke your poor little baby bird with his wing. No girl showed a hint of concern. Not one cared a whit for me. I was all alone, just like that. Just like I had been all my life. That was the final straw. I actually gave everyone a last chance to accept me, and I was still treated with hostility. I went out to a party in Isla Vista to try and meet girls and possibly lose my virginity, but I ended up beaten, crippled, and humiliated. In My Twisted World, he actually mentions that like some girls walked him to the edge of the street, but like didn't like follow him past then. So again, he's like adding other shit. into his manifesto that puts him in the best possible light. I will punish them all for this. I will punish them for everything. I will make them all suffer. That was the final straw. I've had it with this world. I will have my revenge. The day of retribution will come. Is this diary as good as My Twisted Mind? No, My Twisted World is like the story of his whole life. This is kind of like just a few years of it. My Twisted World is definitely better. You should definitely listen to the Monkey Jones reading of that. He's probably getting blackmailed by trolls. No, he was. And that, that's what he gets for fucking collaborating with those fucking people. Like the guys who pretended to be my high school friend. If you go back and watch that video, Damo sends sus imposters after me. That guy was a man called J-Danks, who he fucking worked with, and he betrayed him in the end because, of course he did. He made a deal with the devil to get that information about me, and it fucked him in the end. J-Dank's army filtered him. Yeah, pretty much. J-Dank's won again. Yeah, that's he's taking fat W's. Fuck, man. Was reading the best, but he deleted it years ago. Yeah, everyone seems to get felted talking about Eliot Roger. Whatever. My leg is fully healed now, and it feels a lot better to walk normally again. I haven't written in this diary for quite some time. I've been too preoccupied with things. My mother recently agreed to provide me with a much better car to drive in Santa Barbara. I will now drive a BMW coupe. I've always wanted this ever since I found out there was a car hierarchy, and that some kids at my college drove around in much nicer cars like BMWs and Mercedes. Now I'm one of them. Yeah, I mean, I have a BMW and a Mercedes and a girlfriend. We are not the same, Eliot. Now I'm one of them, and it certainly boosts my self-esteem every time I go out. I'm hoping that since I now have a cooler car than most kids at my college, I'll now have a chance at attracting a girlfriend. The setback I experienced from my broken left leg, the depression it caused me, meant that I had to abandon my plan for the day of retribution. Wow, it's if it was fated not to happen. God Himself is giving Eliot one more chance. Ooh, God, he really had everyone rooting for him in the end. Hell, it's already going to be November soon. I can't believe how fast time has flown. It's too fast. If I have to resort to my final solution of carrying out the day of retribution, it would have to be next spring. It's winter break right now, and I'm staying by myself at my mother's house while my mother, my sister, and my sister's boyfriend went on a vacation to England. I decided not to go with them this year, especially since my sister took her boyfriend with her. Yes, my sister has a boyfriend. His name is Sam, and I hate and despise him intensely. He's the kind of guy who can easily get a girlfriend, and he has a pretty girlfriend. And he had a pretty girlfriend. Oh God, Eliot. Fuck, man. Like, damn, he said he liked the Avatar: The Last Airbender. He liked the Fire Nation a lot, and that's, there's some creepy shit going on with the dynasty there, or Eliot. Ooh, something with fucking Happas and being incestuous genetic that ends. The scumbag doesn't even have a car, and yet he's had lots of girlfriends. I drove a BMW and still haven't gotten a girlfriend at the age of 22. Wow, Eliot's so close to another realization there, but just fucks off at the last minute and copes and seed at the last minute. He's so close. I actually had hoped that at least one girl would have shown interest in me by now, especially now that I drive a good-looking BMW. For the last 2 months, I've been going out every day trying to find a chance to meet a girl. When I drove around Isla Vista, I saw guys with inferior cars having hot girls in their passenger seats. I drove a BMW and have never had any hot girls sit in my passenger seats. It makes me so enraged. There's really no hope for me, is there? I'm still having trouble with coming to terms with that my life is so hopeless. Now it's Valentine's Day of 2014. A few months ago, I actually considered planning the day of retribution to be on this day. It's my most hated day of the year. That day, all young couples, my enemies, get a chance to celebrate their happiness. Bro, like, no one celebrates fucking Valentine's Day outside of, like, kindergarten, where you all walk around and give everyone a fucking card that says you're awesome and shit like that. You can't even go to fucking Walmart because he's felt it immediately by the Hershey's chocolates and the fucking Harley Davidson themed and the Spider-Man themed Valentine's Day cards that he sees laying around. The Demo was my best friend online. That's what he was there for, to make friends online. And when that was taken away from him, he had nothing else to go on. He had nothing else to live for. Now, on such people, or should I say animals. They are animals, and I am a god compared to them. My entire being has seethed and festered with hatred for too long. I have given the world a chance after chance to enable me to have a happy, pleasurable life of love and sex, but the world has continued to be cruel to me. I didn't expect I would last this long, but I should have carried out my retribution last November. But I keep clinging to the hope. I want something to live for, but that hope has been shattered too many times. I can never forgive humanity for rejecting and mistreating me. I can never forgive the female gender for starving me of love and sex. I have nothing to live for now. Nothing to live for but revenge. My revenge will be so sweet. It will be so perfect, so glorious. It has been a very long time since I've written in this diary, he says. I had to tear some pages out because I feared my intentions would be discovered. I taped them back together as fast as I could. In 1 hour, I will have my revenge on this cruel world. I hate you all, die. So, that is the end of Eliot's diary there. But this wasn't actually the end because he took a few months. He actually took a few months to write My Twisted World. And at the end there, we see his fucking Joker post. This looks straight out of, something the Joker might actually write in his fucking notebook. And it really does come off as repetitive and fucking insane as the shit we saw. Yeah, he does repeat himself a lot in this book because his life was always in the same position. He never really did anything to improve it, and instead blamed the world for his failings and shortcomings. He expected people to, treat him with respect when he really did nothing to deserve, anything from anyone. He judged everyone. You know what I mean? He was the most judgmental person in his life, essentially, and that's what he hated people for not sucking up to him and thinking he was the man. But he himself had the lowest opinion of pretty much everyone. And that's why he thought he was a god. He thought he was so enlightened, fuck. Damn, people like this, man. He was fake as fuck. Yeah, exactly, he talks about, buying, expensive drip and stuff. And, he talks about, going to, the Star Wars premiere and how exclusive that made him feel. But, fuck, he never did anything to deserve. Well, I guess, no one really deserves anything, but he never really did anything like that himself to bring him to that situation in his life. You can't even get laid when be rich as fuck from Cali because he didn't fucking do anything. And, he never went out. He never talked. If you read My Twisted World, never, not once does he ever approach anyone in that entire fucking story. The one experience he writes about with a woman was when he was walking alone on a beach and a woman walks past him and smiles at him. You know what I mean? Someone was just courteous to him and that meant the world to him. Oh, I had to touch a woman's hair and I had a fucking orgasm. Yeah, but that's fucking crazy, man. He never reached out to anyone, and I think that's because he never had any interpersonal skills. I think his family kind of decided most of his life for him. In My Twisted World, he writes about being sent off to fucking Morocco against his will, just for whatever reason. His dad, that happened a lot throughout his life. His early childhood was filled with shit like that. And his dad, they moved all the time. He never got to keep the same friends for very long. and that was like partly his fault too because he was fucked. But like he like his entire life was pretty much planned out for him by his parents, giving him like drugs and shit like that, and just sticking him in front of the TV. Uh, like he really thought that like the world should just like do everything for him because that was his entire childhood. So he's fucking pissed off and things just didn't magically happen for him. That's why he was so obsessed with the law of attraction. And like that desire to have things like done for him never fucking changed because like he tried to win the fucking lottery. You know what I mean? Like that was his second plan. Like, oh god, if I'm not gonna pray that the world will just be good to me, I'm gonna fucking try and win the lottery. These things were totally out of his control. So like no wonder he felt fucking depressed because he never had control of fucking anything. The one time he talks about being happy in his adult life was when he was doing karate. You know what I mean? Because that he was working on himself and he was in control of his environment and like there was an actual thing he could compete for and work together. Can you imagine if he got cheated on? Like again, like it would have never been enough for him. Like even if he did get one girlfriend and he was rich, like people would still dab on him because they had a better childhood experience than them. It's like when trannies get super pissed off that they'll never have like a woman's childhood and stuff like that. It'll never be enough for them. He'll never have enough money. He'll never have like the best possible orgasm. His enemies will never hate him enough, and that just fucking kills him. You can't pull a hot blonde 10 out of 10 like the Demo. I don't know. Didn't Damo have like a girlfriend or something? He never, at least he was that smart. He never showed his girlfriend on fucking stream. I doubt it though. I don't know. Damo really seemed like he needed the fucking social. He really needed to socialize with people, and that's why he kind of did that. Uh, would e-girls help Eliot? Fuck. I don't think so. I don't think so because like he never, even online, he never really reached out to anyone. He made, those fucking videos he made where he's in the car and shit. He put those on the internet in the hopes that girls might find them and reach out to him. You know what I mean? Like how fucking delusional. Uh, he was still pretty based though. Yeah, I mean, he really did pioneer like the modern image of what an incel is. Like that's really all owed to him. Uh, and he kind of set the standard of the golden standard for what incels should aspire to in their writings, actions, and lifestyle. His perfect world. His perfect world is interesting because he doesn't even want to have sex. He just wants to like eliminate it completely. Uh, so I don't know. That's kind of weird. Like, he doesn't want to like give it. He wants to like remove it completely. He doesn't. He's not like selfish about it. But his worldview doesn't extend beyond that. Like he's not doing it to like eliminate like poverty or like create like a master race or like a fucking whatever. It's just literally to torture people he doesn't like. If only he lived long enough to meet Rudy on Grinder. That's the thing too. Like if he waited it out, like like fuck. Like all this like social media shit happened like after this. Like this is 2014. This is a pretty long time ago. Like shit like Reddit and like that whole sphere really wasn't a thing. Discord wasn't like as big. All this like femboy shit really wasn't like femboy the word femboy didn't even exist back then. And when it was conned, it kind of became more socially acceptable to do that online. Uh so yeah, like he might have struck gold if he just waited long enough. But no, he never would have met me on Grinder because I wasn't on Grinder. The reason why I was on 4chan and got like found out in the first place was because like I don't know, the people in there are actually less insane than the ones you find. Speaking of Grinder, the Demo hasn't deleted that account yet. No, he has. He has. He's completely gone. Like we don't the only demo videos we have are ones like other people might have saved. Like I was gonna go through his Mormon Shaggy debate and like talk about the battlefield tactics that they used in this battle, but I can't do that now. He worships Slanesh. No, I mean, I don't know. Isn't Slanesh all about like like having as much hedonistic fun as possible, Eliot seemed to want to like remove that and create like a society that might look like that Apple TV commercial. But there's the Chad running with the fucking hammer, smashing it into Eliot's fucking face right there. That's amazing. No, Damo is still on Grinder. Wait, did they find his? Are you serious? Are you serious that the Damo had a Grinder account? That's fucking hilarious. Like, is that on like the Kiwi Farms or something? Again, because I don't know any of the fucking lore about this. What the fuck he's got one? Again, I don't fucking know. Elliot Rodger was the father of modern day Flanders. I don't know. I guess we could watch the incel fucking van attacker guy. I don't know what his name was. Where is it? I think he might have deleted it.
What could possibly drive something?
I don't know. I'm just gonna play to you Jim Can't Swim videos. Yeah, just go watch the Jim Can't Swim video where he's interrogating Alec Manasian. It's fucking hilarious. Like he tells him about 4chan lingo and he tells him about what like Chads and fucking Stacy's are. It's absolutely fucking hilarious. It's golden. And the only reason why he opens up to this detective is because it's like, oh god, finally like a father figure's here to like that I can be my fucking therapist. I'm never serious, unfortunately. It wouldn't surprise me if like Damo had that shit on him and stuff like that. First found it. Did he? I don't know. Damo Ranch. Yeah. But again, he couldn't like even if his Grinder was released, he couldn't survive that. Like I could, fuck. It was a shameful display. Shameful display. So that's why the Rudy Ranch has decided to pillage the Damo's holiest grave. Yeah, remember that Northern Cowboys honorable funeral? Nah, bitch. You even went back on your word when you said you were gonna like sunset yourself at the end of the month. I literally thought he had like one like ace in the hole, like one wild card that he was gonna fucking deploy, and it was like the ultimate bomb that would blow away all his opponents and prove himself as the ultimate neat samurai, and then he'd kill himself. But he couldn't even do that. That's what I thought he was gonna do. Sigma grind set. It gave me no fat powers. Is the Kino room late? Is the Kino in the room with us right now? I don't fucking know. I don't think so. I don't know. Well, I think with Damo dead, that really got me fucking distracted from the things that matter. All those videos I promised back in the day, I haven't worked on them because of shit. I think that Gahul documentary really set a standard for things that should happen going forward. So I think, yeah, I don't know. I'm free now. I'm free from fucking autism and retards. And next time someone tries to A-log me, I'll just laugh at them and filth them. Do we got any more super berries lined up? Because it's almost Warzone time. Can you actually explain the whole Damo beef? Sure. Because again, a lot of shit happens like behind the scenes that like other than J-Dank. Sure. So like a lot of people aren't really familiar with the behind the scenes beef. So essentially I'm in Montreal with my boys. I'm sleeping and I see that PvP video and I'm like this is fucking crazy. I never expected to see this out of these guys. It's insane. So I just had to make that video, my first one where I review everything. And I was a week late because I wanted to make sure like no one else had those hot takes today that I had. So I put myself on camera and I kind of come off as a sputtering retard because of course I do. But people see value in what I say, perhaps. And I do as well, but whatever. So Damo sees that and he's like, "Oh god, like I can do exactly what Rudy did." So he tried to like how like PvP's main thing is he kind of goes after people. He wanted to do that, but he didn't understand really. And Mormon Shaggy points this out. Sorry. So, Mormon Shaggy points us out that he really had no like faith and convictions behind like the people he was making fun of, like like PPP did with like Ethan, because Ethan's like a degenerate and stuff like that, and that's what made it funny that his heart was really in it. Damo didn't realize that, and he just thought he could go after people who seemed retarded and just make fun of them and make asses of them. That was never really the case with any like lolcow, really. Even if you go back to like Blackbuster Critic and Mr. Medicare, all these people had something you could really laugh at. They didn't just say their content was shit, which is really all Damo could say. Because like he wasn't insightful or really interesting at all, so he couldn't like make any really like in-depth like critiques about like works or whatever. So he had to craft this like samurai persona, which which was essentially just a vehicle for him to like deliver information and to hide behind. Because if he did just come to us like as himself, we'd just be like, oh, this is like a fat retard or whatever. So his goal really is to just start beef with people. So he comes after me. Well, no, he doesn't come after me. People just go to my chat and say, the DMO has challenged you to combat. And these are people who I saw comment on my videos before. So I'm like, okay, this guy's like a fun, retarded samurai. So we'll joke around and we'll have like a fun time with this. But I'm not gonna like RP with him because I'm still like my own man and I'll do like my own thing. So I did the tarantula video just to kind of show him that like I don't know, like if you actually have serious beef with me, like I don't know, it's just a joke. So he invites me to do the Google stream, and I have no fucking idea what his plan with this stream is. So I just go in like defending myself or whatever. Just like making fun of the whole situation and laughing at it. But he really wanted this to be like a thing where like I played along with him. But that didn't work out. So he couldn't own me there. He couldn't own me with that one, so he collaborated with these fucking gay operas to like get a W on me, exposing me as a femboy and laughing at me, but that didn't work. So he couldn't even win there. So then he starts like all of his streams from then on are just him like bothering people like Gahul. Like he streams like Gahul and like Deadman for fucking hours. And he essentially just did that until like they placated him and would stream with him. But they only did that because they were like, like entertaining him. And once they saw he was just a fucking idiot, then like he, it was over. They'd stop fucking talking to him essentially. And so yeah, he did that, and that that's the draw to his stream, is that he'd kind of like interact with chat and whatever, kind of like an IP2 streamer. And the thing about IP2 streamers is that there needs to be constant conflict going on, because his entire stream is just him interacting with chat and calling random people up to fuck with them. So if there's no conflict going on with the audience, sorry, chat disappeared. Sorry, chat disappeared. So I'm just gonna keep going. So because like there's no conflict with the audience, the chat of course is gonna turn against him, and the only reason why he's doing these streams is because he wanted a hug box, and he wanted a fucking he wanted a hug box, and he wanted people to suck up to him, and he needed to socialize because he's probably all alone out there because he's just a fucking retard. You know what I mean? So that's why he did it. So he needed to keep getting W's. He's on an L train. So he starts targeting fucking retards. He targets Deadman, and Deadman just stops like picking up. So he targets Mormon Shaggy because Mormon Shaggy is kind of a fucking sped. He took Chance Banter personally. Yeah, exactly. Like, we'll get into that. But he tries to go after Mormon Shaggy because Mormon Shaggy is like a retarded crack baby, and he can just easily like. He watched the old Shaggy videos. He's like, wow, Shaggy's a retard. And he'll just spurg out if I make fun of Mormonism. But again, like, Damo has no, like, real knowledge, like, about Mormonism and why it sucks. So, like, he just went in there trying to piss him off. And because Shaggy has, like, actual convictions, he just stood his ground, and he's like, I'm not gonna like play like autistic like fucking samurai duel with you. So I guess Shaggy, like he learned from my debate with him. So Good on you, Shaggy. I really should have Shaggy really had the better strategy in that debate. I should have done that during our first debate. So he goes off. He goes off on Shaggy, and then Shaggy wins completely. He fucking completely sodomizes. And why'd you betray Damo? Because he fucking gay ops me and accuses me of being a fucking pedophile and worked with all these like behind the scenes retards. So I knew he was fucking desperate when he wanted to do that Christmas stream, so I just took advantage of him and I fucking buck broke him. That's right, buddy. So he's my bitch forever. And it's like established lore now that fuck, Damo got felted. He didn't even do that Christmas stream because I said no to him. So anyway. So after the Mormon Shaggy stream, he looks like a fucking desperate tryhard who's desperate to make fun of fucking retards. Like he's really trying to make like A-logs out of people, you know? He really wants his Ross, his Chaggett, his Monday Matt. Somebody can constantly. How did you gay-op him? I told him to make that video saying I was amazing and that this is all his idea and that he's squashing the beef and that, he's admitting I'm fucking awesome because I wasn't going to do the stream with him. I just forced him to fucking do that and I knew he would do it because he's fucking desperate. That's why. That's right. So yeah, fuck you, Damo. So anyway, I gotta get back to the story. We're almost done. So yeah, he got exposed as someone who really needs to like make a fucking A-log out of someone. Yeah, people really don't like that I did that. So he has one more chance. There's one more fucking enemy in our small little shit circle of the internet. Like, he tried to reach out to PPP and do a stream with him, but PPP just said, no, you're small time, whatever. So there's one more person in the circle that he can fill, and it's Dark Ninja. And Dark Ninja just totally fucking dominates him because Dark Ninja's like a fucking internet, like, shit-fighting veteran, and he just dabs on him, like, mid-stream, running off to feed his dogs that he was, like, pretending exist. So, like, he just got exposed as being a fucking tryhard. So after that happens, he's getting fucking doxxed, and, like, people are actually going after him, which is fucking gonna happen. And they're only doing that because he speds out every time it fucking happens. Yeah, there's a DJ Axel stream. The one I requested, the femboy one, again, Rudy controlled the content. I control the demo, and now I've controlled DJ Axel. He will do the femboy stream. Oh fuck, the Northern Cowboys commander is messaging me. It's almost time for Warzone. We gotta finish up here. So he attacks the Halo Master, Dark Ninja, and he gets totally felted by him. So, like, now he's getting doxxed, like hardcore. People are going after him, and I don't condone that. I think that's fucked up. But, like, that's not even why he left the internet. He was gonna stay on to do that stream. So, after I released my video fucking dabbing on him for being a fucking idiot. Oh, apparently anti-cheat doesn't work in Warzone. Whatever. So, his chat turns on him. The Rudy Ranch sends a few of its operators into his chat to throw tomatoes and onions at him. So now that, like, the audience is against him, like they were against me. Like, you don't think I had fucking retards making fun of me? I was the mastermind. You don't think I had retards making fun of me after I was a femboy? People, like, spamming that shit in my fucking Discord? You know what I mean? I just fucking moved past it. I was like, I made a joke out of it, like he should have done. But no, he couldn't fucking stand having the guns turned on him, so he just fucking quit when it wasn't fun anymore. He liked it when he was getting fat W's, but the second he takes one L, like he took one L. It was like 2 fucking streams that he got felted in, but that was all he had. That fucking, that, like, noble samurai going after people to destroy them. And once people realized he couldn't do that because he wasn't smart, convicted, and, like, the targets he was going after, like, weren't really, like, locals, really. You know what I mean? Like, Mormon Shaggy was just like, yeah, I'm not impressed with your attempts to piss me off here. I'm just gonna go take a bath now. You know what I mean? Like, that was, like, the sickest dab I've ever seen. What should I stream about? Oh, do you know who you should actually stream about? Is that Greek lady who, like, locks men up in, like, chastity and does, like, sissy femdom shit. I'll see if I can find her. Chat knows who I'm talking about because I spoke about her earlier, but she's actually really interesting, and I think a stream about her would be pretty cool. Do you know who? Does anyone know who that is? Uh, no, I have adorned the names of all the patron saints who helped fill the demo. We got all the boys on the fucking hat because this will forever be my trophy now. It's absolute Kino. You will love it. Yeah, dude. No, trust me. DJ, like, stream about this woman. I don't know her fucking name. I'm really trying to fucking pull it up here. What about the pedo allegations, Rudy? So I posted in a thread on 4chan called Cute Boy General. And as you know, in 4chan, there's all sorts of like fucked up shit happening all the time. In Cute Boy General, you just kind of post your Discord and like your ass and like you chat with people, whatever. And he was just like pointing to random fucking text post on 4chan, poster anonymous, and saying that was me like communicating with them. Like, it's fucking retarded. Fuck, whatever. That's it. It wasn't bad enough that I was a fucking femboy with a cage on my cock. No, posted on Cute Boy and still won. Yeah. I don't know. I was a prolific poster on poll. They loved me there. I got too many positive reactions from the poll tards to fully write those guys off as being completely homophobic. Wait, so you're denying? I was never subbed. Yeah, shut up, buddy. Posted on trans passing and still won. I could do that. I could post on. I was thinking of doing that. My original channel was gonna be like a femboy themed like shit posting channel. Imagine name fag. No, I didn't name fag. Like I posted the fucking femboy pictures. No, I was never a name fag. I was never like a prolific poster at all, really. Oh fuck. We gotta find this woman. Yeah, here she is. So, DJ, this is the woman I was talking about. You should stream about her. Yeah, her name is Revenge Star. So essentially, what she does is she's like a fine dom expert and like a sexual degenerate fetish expert, but she actually like has like a heart of gold. Like she is willing to like reach out to men who are betas and like provide them with a better life. Like she's not doing this for herself really. She's doing this for her pay piggies to help them realize their true calling. So we'll just go through Chastity 101, I guess. But her whole fucking channel's a gold mine that needs to be dug through. And eventually I will do like a full video on her. She donates to charity? Of course she does. She's fucking amazing. Like, you gotta go through this. There's one video, I guess we should watch that one actually, where it's called like I dismissed one of my pay pigs or whatever. And that one's like a beautiful story. It's about a guy who's like he has a narcissistic mother who takes advantage of him and his life is in shambles, and she actually like helps him. Like she like sends him to therapy and tells him like, oh, your mother's toxic and shit like that, and she dismisses him because eventually he becomes a Chad and no longer needs to be a beta. Like she's really like incredible. Like I actually like she's amazing. Like she's really like a pure-hearted soul. So we'll watch Chastity 101 here, I guess.
Video, one of my paypigs has requested it, and technically I cannot incorporate it into the 30 fetish video challenge because we have already talked about the fetish.
Oh, and by the way, people were saying, oh, you shouldn't talk about this woman because she might blackmail you. No, like, she's so big on, like, consent and, like, not taking advantage of people's trust and stuff like that. Like, fuck, she really goes into how important that is to her. Like, fuck.
It's the orgasm denial fetish.
Rudy's in love? Oh, fuck, man. Like, shit. My queen.
Start from that video. Otherwise, the video you're watching right now is not going to be making any sense. But if you come from the BDSM world and audience, we're going to talk today about the effects of long-term chastity and how long is it okay to keep your slave in chastity with his cock caged? The obvious answer is until he learns his place, like that.
Buddha-based micro penis fucking losers. and she only recommends like chastity to people who actually have micro penises. Like she's very, very specific about who she's like going after. Chastity cages, ew, her face. Yeah, she's not exactly a fucking looker there, but she really does like fuck. Like I've been watching this woman unironically for a very long time. And it's kind of like boring to sit through a lot of them. But yeah, they're all kind of like crazy like that. She's kind of fucking crazy though. She does say like she'll say things to get people to kill themselves. I don't know. Let's watch something short because I do gotta go here soon. Uh, she explains like how fetishes work and shit like that, and this is pretty interesting. Like how you might acquire a fetish and shit like that. So let's watch Ball Busting 101.
Hello everyone, this is a new video in the fetish video challenge, and today we're
Rudy is my topic
about
manager.
ball busting.
No, seriously, you'll be doing your audience a favor. They'll fucking love this one. Like, seriously.
My parents who asked me to do a video about ball busting and cock and ball torture, but I think because cock and ball torture has many things that we should talk about, I'm going to dedicate an entire different video to it. So today we're only going to talk about ball busting, or if you prefer the definition, inflicting pain into someone's testicles for sexual arousal and not for, let's say...
Oh, what happened to Eliot? We finished it. So go back and like watch the beginning of it. We're just kind of chilling out here, running the clock down a minute. So yeah, we've done the entire diary now. You can go back to part 1 and watch it all the way through. So sorry, Mr. Bronx. Sorry.
Self-defense reasons.
Bust on the screen.
This fetish originates from Japan.
Yeah, that's how I know I'm an alpha Chad, because I fucking straight up mute women when I need to talk, okay? So I'm definitely not a beta simp, and she would definitely be my fucking bitch, okay?
That's the place where so many cool things originate from. And
we gotta send Bronx back to the beginning of the video.
To inflict pain, for example, by slapping someone's balls, kicking them, punching them, walking all over them, kneeing them. It depends. It includes
tribute her, sure.
And her slave or pay pig, and it's one of the fetishes that require a very high degree of trust because balls are sensitive, and if you overdo it, which is easy to cross the line if you get carried away and you're an inexperienced sadist, you're going to...
Yeah, you see what I mean? Like, she's so concerned about the physical health of the people she's doing this to. It's quite a level of consideration here. Like, you know, we mostly know Fendom from the Mr. Medicare video where that fat hog woman is shouting into the camera that the pay pigs need to pay up, bitch. That's right. But no, she takes an entirely different approach to this. She really does, like, she's really more of like a life coach, to be honest. Like,
up on the ear, and you're going to have to explain what happened, why do you have a rupture, why do you have bleeding, and it's a situation.
She looks like she loves life.
So
I think she's kind of depressed, actually.
Better to be careful and to know each other and have developed trust before you start doing real life meetings and so on. So when it comes to that fetish, it's one of those that many doctors and actually common sense to an extent advise against because it can leave you infertile. You cannot do it all the time. It's not like other fetishes that even if you do it every day, it's not dangerous and it can leave you permanently infertile. So I've read and I've known people that they want to freeze their sperm and use other means to actually preserve their fertility.
Whoa.
Personally, I'm extremely against that. In the sense that if someone is a sub or a pay pig, you do everyone a favor if you remove them from the gene pool. I mean, what's the point of them reproducing anyway? They exist to serve goddesses, so I don't see them having sex.
Yeah, and she's very firm about this. Like, if you meet her qualifications as a beta, like, it's over. It's over. There's not, if you have a micro penis, like, it's chastity, like, that's the only way forward that you can be happy, is, like, chastity and, like, serving a goddess. And she goes into this in, like, videos. Oh, fuck. I guess we'll do, like, a dedicated stream to this woman. I did want to do a video, like, going over her that will be, like, edited and shit like that, so we'll do that eventually. But we'll also stream about her where I'll go through, and we'll get all the nuggets of Kino. All the nuggets of Kino. Definitely be mass debating to her tonight by tomorrow. I'd actually like to speak to her. she could have like interesting things to say about femboys and like why men decide to do that. That would be interesting. But again, she's big time. She's a big time celeb. 34,000 subscribers there. No time to speak to old Rudy unless I tribute her, which I'm not gonna fucking do that because I'm a Chad, not a Simp. Do I have any more super chats to go over? Eliot's dad should have let him meet Epstein. Like he had to have had tangential connection to Epstein because his dad was like a mega Jew too. Mute the audio also. Yes, interview her. Well, I'd have to reach out to her. I'd like to do that, but I'd have to reach out to her and like buy shit off her fucking Amazon wish list. Wait, what? Yo, she has a book? Oh my god! Yo, we gotta read this! Yo, there's so much lore about this woman. Fuck, man. What the oh god, don't want to get canceled already. Anyway, that's about it. That's about it. So that's Eliot the fucking incel. That's Eliot the incel. And Damo the Dawn Krieg. Sing a chronic masturbator. Command chat like Rudy would overwhelm her. August. So, yeah, more Kato content coming up soon. I want to do This Week in Kakado with Drunken Surfer, so look out for that. And until then, stay black, question authority, and don't let the honky cracker reptilian shapeshifter get you down, brother. Yeah, buddy. Alright, peace out, boys.